program, basically a game, okay, where our Python program will first select a number at random, and then we, being a user, will try to make a guess and it will guide us. But like if you imagine like this, it will sound a bit confusing, right? So I just want two volunteers, maybe Devika, I want you as volunteer just to make others understand that how things will work, and one more, Ishita, okay? So Devika, just think of a number at random between 1 to 10. Don't let us know. Just think and keep in your mind. Okay. And now Ishita, what will you do is you'll try to make a guess. Okay. So suppose Ishita is saying 3 and the number that Devika thought was 5. So Devika will guide Ishita to think higher. Else she can just say think lower. The moment Ishita will say the correct number, then Devika will say that this is the number. Okay. So Ishita, please start. Please unmute yourself and let us know. Like think of a number between 1 to 10. I mean, sorry, try to make a guess.
7.
That's exactly right, actually.
That's exactly right. Okay, nice. So see, what was supposed to happen over here, that we didn't know that after how many guesses of Ishita, she'll get to know the correct number. But the problem statement was every time Ishita was supposed to give an input as a user and Devika was comparing. Okay, so whatever
problem
number,
है नहीं पता है ना.
okay, so whatever number Ishita was giving as input, Devika was comparing and giving certain output. Now this process was supposed to be repeated again and again until and unless the correct number was guessed. So whenever we have a problem statement like this, where you know that some piece of code will be repeated again and again, we call it as what? Can anyone tell me? When same lines of code are running again and again in programming?
Loop.
A loop, that is correct. So when we are talking about loop, we have basically two types in Python. Can anyone tell me what are the two names?
While and for loops.
While and for loop, that is correct. So can anyone tell me that when we don't know that how many times the loop will run, which type of loop shall we use when we don't know the number of steps? In one of the loops, we know that these will be the number of steps. In another loop, we don't know, like we have the number of steps as indefinite. Can anyone tell me?
Ma'am, indefinite loops.
Indefinite loops is fine, but out of for loop and while loop, which one shall I use when I don't know that these are the number of steps? Let's make a guess. Let's just try to make a guess. We have two words, for and while. What do you think? Which one shall we use when we don't know the number of steps?
Ma'am, while.
Ma'am, while.
While loop. Okay. So see, what will happen, that is correct. Today, in order to make this number guessing game, we'll use while loop. Now, the problem statements, the first step of this problem statement is getting the Python program thinking of a random number. Okay. So see, one way is you can just start creating a variable, give a value to it. Okay, and then you can just ask the user to run this program again and again. Suppose I fixed a number 5, and every time when user is guessing, user will give some number and it will just redirect me. So maybe after playing this game 3-4 times, the user will get to know, hey, every time it's like 5 only, right? So why to take a pain of guessing the number? I'll just directly write 5 and I'll win the game. So it means we cannot fix it. Another way is maybe the way we played, right? The way we had Ishita and Devika. So maybe one person can give the input and another person can try to make a guess. But still it won't make sense, right? So what if your like two friends are there at the same place? So anyway, one friend will see, right, that okay, this is the number, so I'll just guess this. So what will we do? We'll ask the Python program to select a number at random. Now, in order to do that, we have a special library. So see what happens. This Python programming language is like collection of all the functions. We just use various functions in order to solve a problem statement. Now, some of the functions are base functions like print, input. Okay. So what do you mean by base functions? For them, we don't have to import anything. We don't have to take help of anyone. It's like base function. Okay. But some of them are special functions which are provided in a library. Like we all have library in our school, right, students? Yeah. So
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
want to go over there and maybe take a book at home, what will you do? You have to log in somewhere, maybe in a register or in a card, isn't it? You cannot just take your book from the library to your home, right? You need to write your details somewhere. Similarly, over here, when you want to use certain types of function, then you cannot just write the name. For that, you need to import a library. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to first learn how can we create a number at random using a random library. Basically, the name of the library is random. And then we'll write the code for the game that you both play. So let me just share my screen. I would suggest just see my screen first, okay? And once we are done with the code, then you can try on your end. But please, students, everyone, the moment we are done with the code, please try at your end, because at the end of this workshop, we'll ask you to fill a feedback form. And in that, you have to give the project link in order to get the certificate of participation. So in order to complete that, you have to complete the code that we're going to write, okay? So just give me 1 second. I'll just share my screen. Please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So first of all, I told you that we need to use a library. So for that, every time in Python, whenever you want to use any library, you have to write the word import. And then you can just write the library name. In our case, we are using a random library. I mean, the name of the library is random. Then maybe in some variable, I'm just writing any variable num. We can just write the name of this library again, that is random, give a dot, and inside this library, we have collection of functions. So there's one of the function randint, randint, as in random integer. What are integers? Can anyone tell me?
Ma'am, numbers, ma'am.
We have numbers. So can I say that 5.6 is an integer, 5.7 is an integer, is it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what happens?
Ma'am, but ma'am, it should be a decimal, ma'am. Like, ma'am, there are certain different types for numbers in languages.
So that's what here in Python, we shouldn't have decimal. So if I'm saying 5.7, it will not be an integer. So basically, if I'm saying 5, that would be an integer. So here, what we are expecting the whole number. It can be negative, it can be positive, but it should be whole. Also in Python, 6 and 6.0 are not the same. Okay, so what we want no decimal at all. The moment we have decimal, even if it's 0, then it's of different type, float. Okay, but here if we are talking about integer, it should be exactly whole number. So when I'm saying randint, I'm saying give me a random integer. And see, whenever we write a function name, we have to give these round brackets. We call them parentheses. Now it depends on function to function. It can either be empty or we need to give certain arguments in them. It means we need to write something in them. But no matter whether you write something or not, the moment you write a function name, giving the round brackets are the most important thing. Else we find errors. Okay. So what was the problem statement? We wanted the program to select a number at random between 1 to 10. So I'm just writing that between 1 to 10, you just give me a random number and save it in a variable known as num. Now let's just print it. We also need to see, right, that what type of number we are getting. Then only we can proceed with the code. So I'm just running that. It's connecting. So what will we do? We'll just run the code some 3-4 times just to be sure that we are every time, no matter how many times you are running the code, we are getting a different number, right? So here at random, I just got 10. So let's just run it again. Okay, 10 again. Okay, that's strange. Every time. Okay. So see, every time, no matter how many times I'm running the code, I'm getting a number at random, right? 1, 4, 7, 10, so on and so forth. So with the help of your random function, you're gonna get an integer at random. So this problem statement is solved. We are getting a number at random. Now let's just move ahead. I'll just keep the print num function as it is for now, because when we'll make the program and when we'll work, we need to be sure, right, whether it is working correct or not. So we'll come back to it later and delete it, but let's just keep it as it is. Now, the second thing is taking the input. So can anyone tell me, how do we take input from the user? Which function shall we use?
Input function.
Input function. Okay, Shaurya is helping us a lot today. Okay, so we want to use the input function because we want to take the user's input. But for that, it should be stored in some variable. Else, no matter what user is writing, we cannot use it somewhere, right? So let's just write that. Maybe I'll just write user input only. Let's just be too obvious. Now, inside the input function, we are supposed to tell what exactly are we looking for. So I want my user to select a number at random between 1 to 10. That's what we want, right, from the user. So we are just giving prompting the message. Now see, you have to decide that what type of input are you expecting. If you're expecting an input like a word, a letter. Yes, sure.
We can wrap the input function inside an int function, so it will be converted to an integer.
That is correct. That's what I was talking about to say. So if you want to select as an input, maybe a letter, a word, a sentence, then this much part is fine. You can just see. Or maybe even if you're expecting a number, but you don't have to perform any mathematical operation, then also it's fine. You can use input. But if you feel like that there is some mathematical operation that needs to be performed, like here we need to compare. After getting the number, we need to compare, right? If it is greater than something, less than something, and so on and so forth. So for that, in front of input, we'll use one more function known as int. So what are we saying? Whatever input you are getting as number using this function input, you just convert it into integer. Because here, the number which we are getting is also an integer. So we want the user also to give an integer. Okay. Now we need to compare. So for that, we have if statement. So we'll just write if num is less than user input. What should we print? So that actual number is less and user has given a higher number. So let's just write guess lower. Then similarly, we have another condition. So in Python, you know what happens? Suppose if you feel like that you have two conditions or maybe multiple conditions, and every time the variable is different, then in every line you can write if. Maybe here if you could have some variable x or something, like the variable is entirely different. But when you have same set of variables, like here in the first condition, you said you compared between num and user input, and in the second condition you want to do the same, you want to give some another condition like this. So when you have same set of variables, then instead of if, we write elif. Elif as in else plus if. Okay, so that's why we are using elif over here. So then what shall I write? Can anyone tell me? If in one case it was guess lower, what should I write over here?
Guess higher.
Guess higher.
Guess higher. Okay. And then we have the third condition when both of them are same. So either we can write num equal to user input. This will also be correct. Or if you feel like, okay, now less than is done, greater than is done. We have just one condition left. That is exactly equal to. So we can just write else and we can move ahead. Now else is the condition that if it will, so see, what will be the flow? It will first go over here and see whether the number that was selected at random, if it is less than user input. If this condition is true, this will be printed. Then if not, then it will go to the this condition. If this is true, this is fine. Else, it will come over here. So else is like that if none of the conditions are true, you come to me. Okay, the last condition. In front of else, we don't write anything. We just give colon. And here we can just simply say that this is the number or something like that. Or maybe you can write you won the game or something. Now, the problem with this code is when I'm running it, suppose I got a number at random as 2, or maybe deliberately I'm writing 10. So it said gets lower, although it worked, but then it stopped. I cannot give the input now anywhere else. So what we need to incorporate? We need to incorporate the loop part. Okay. So what will we do? What we want to repeat again and again, we want to take the user input again. Then we want this comparison to be done again and again. Okay. So for that, I'll just select everything and give a tab. Now, why am I giving a space before all these lines? Because we want to keep everything inside the indentation of while loop. Indentation is what? This space, like we had the indentation space between below if as well. So what we need to do in Python programming language, we don't have like open curly brackets or something so that it can just think on its own that, okay, these are the lines that I want to print when this condition is true. No. So in Python, we have the concept of this indentation, the spacing thing. So if all these lines are coming under the indentation of a while loop, it means that when the code will run, and as soon as the condition of this while loop is true, all these lines will be repeated again and again. Okay. Now, in order to use the while loop, let's just create one variable, something, game or something, okay? And I'm giving the value as true. So here I can just simply write while, what did I write? I just clicked on the condition thing. Wait, I need to close it. Okay. So here either I can just simply write like this. This also means that I'm just checking while game's value is true. So now there are two things. I could have written something like this. If whenever we write any word or any letter in Python, we keep it in quotes. But here, if you're writing like this, here you need to exactly match it with true, like this. But when we are not giving the quotes and we are giving capital T, you see, it's one of the type of the value, like we have in numbers, right? I told you there are two things. We have whole number and we have decimals. Similarly, it is also one of the data type, that is Boolean. Okay, so when you have Boolean, either you can just write like this will also be fine, or you can simply write while game, this will also be fine, it won't harm you. So anyway, it's correct. So let's just keep it while game equal to true. So what we are saying, you had a variable game and you said that its value would be true. So while this condition will be satisfied, repeat everything again and again. Now, as soon as the program will come in this condition that you won the game, then you can just change the value of this game variable to anything. So I just wrote true and false. You could have just written one also. Suppose you can just simply say, while like there's some variable game whose value is 1, and while this value is 1, while this value remains 1, you just repeat everything. And as soon as you come into the condition where you are winning the game, just make it 2. It's not like necessary that you have to give true and false every time. Just give any variable, create any variable, give a value, check with that condition, and for your while loop, and then as soon as you feel like that, okay, if this condition is getting satisfied, change the value, you change it so that the game shall be stopped. Now let's just try it out. So I got a number at random, that is 2. So I'll just write 5. Its thing gets lower and now it just got repeated. So let's just write that. Yay. Okay, now I just want one volunteer just to see if that person wins the game or not. We are not printing the number at random now. Who will? Akriti, can you please help me out? Akriti, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you select a number between 1 to 10? Help me out to win the game. Just select a number between 1 to 10.
8.
Okay, let's see. You won the game. Nice. Okay, so students, I'm using this Google Colab. Let me just share the link on chat so that it will be easy for you all to give the link. Everyone, please open the link that I have sent on chat. You will be supposed to click on new notebook on your bottom right, and then the screen will appear. If anyone would face any difficulty, do let me know.
Ma'am, we have to make this game, right?
Yes, you have to make the game.
Ma'am, done.
You're done, Shaurya? Okay. Let's just wait for your friends as well, and then.
Ma'am, what do we do when we open the link? What do you have to do now?
What is coming on your screen? New notebook? Something?
Welcome. Yeah, no, ma'am. Welcome to Collaboratory.
Can you
Welcome
please
to
share your screen once so that I can help you out, Arush?
Ma'am, it's showing
Loading.
this.
Let's just wait. Okay. Now you click on File.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can't see your notebook. It didn't. Okay. You clicked on Edit. Click on File, Arush.
Sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Click on New Notebook, the first one. You need to use
Ma'am, I will
sign in
sign
using
in.
your
Okay,
Google
ma'am.
account. Yeah. Please let me know if anyone else faces the issue while using the Google Colab website.
Ma'am, how could I share this?
Whoever asked, I'm sorry, I couldn't see the name. So on your top right, you can just click on share.
Okay, ma'am.
And then you can click on change to anyone with the link. And then you can just copy it so that if someone wants to see your project, it will be visible to that person. Else
Okay.
it will ask you, tell the person that they cannot see it. Please let me know, students, if anyone faces the issue in order to.
Ma'am, ma'am, can the notebook be opened on a phone?
It will be open. Just try once.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm also facing problem in opening.
Please share your screen, Ishita. I'll help you out.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Akriti.
I'm also facing the problem as it's showing white.
Just share a screen. The multiple participant screen share is on. Aryan, Ishita, Akriti. I'll help you all. Okay. Please share your screens. Akriti, Ishita, share a screen. No, let me help you.
Ma'am, it is coming that this site may not working in your browser. Please use a supported browser.
Okay, then maybe try this website. We have different websites, right, to use.
Ma'am, wo khul nahi raha, ma'am. Can you help?
One second. Try using website.
Ma'am, may I share my screen?
Please share your screen. I have sent one more link. Maybe if that is not working, you can use repellite.com and let me know if there also you're facing any issues. Who wanted to share? Karthik, you wanted to share, right? Please share a screen.
Ma'am, just a second.
See, whoever is facing the issue, share a screen. I'll help you out.
Ma'am, can you just show the code once? No, I want to.
I need to talk. Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, I made the game in my own way, ma'am. So, ma'am, it works fine, ma'am. So, can I send the link?
Just wait for some time, Shaurya. Let your friends also finish it, and then I'll share the feedback link. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's just wait for everyone to come on the same page.
Ma'am, it is showing that the screen is whole blank.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please share a screen. Please share a screen. I'll help you out.
Ma'am, we can't share screen while you are sharing it.
Sorry. Okay, Ritika, your screen is loading. Okay. Yeah, so Ritika, see, click on the, you have the space, right? Just click on over here and write your code. This is for your running the code, but first you write over here. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am.
All right. Who else is facing the issue? Please share your screen.
1 second, I'm
Ma'am, I'm late. Ma'am,
Ma'am, can you just share the code? I will.
One second. Let me, so like in 3 minutes, another 3 minutes, let me help with the screen share problem. Then I'll just share the code again. Okay, your Google Colab and Ripple, nothing is working in mobile phone.
Yes, ma'am.
You can just try using the desktop version. So on our top right somewhere, we have that option, right? Uses desktop. Maybe you're using in mobile phone. Maybe this is the problem. Who else is on laptop and not able to open either?
Ma'am, he
Google
is
Colab or
using MI browser, not Google Chrome or any else.
Yes. Try using the Google Chrome thing. Yes, Athar.
Ma'am,
I'm using Safari MacBook, so it is annoying.
One by one. Athar, you're using MacBook. So what is the issue? I mean,
I have just opened the screen. I have opened the page, so it is.
Now, can you share the link one more time?
I'll just share the link. Please share the screen, Athar, so that I can help you out. Yes, Kushal?
What, ma'am?
ma'am,
Share a screen.
can I share my screen?
Yes, please. Athar, it's opened at your end, right? See, you need to write the code here where your cursor is blinking.
Ma'am, please share the code once again.
One second. Karthik was sharing.
Ma'am, I found it out.
Students, I'll just first help out whoever is facing the issue in order to open in another 2 minutes. Then I'll share the code, okay? From 10:30 on.
Ma'am, I found it out how to open new notebook.
Okay, so now everyone is settled with their platform. Okay, let me just share my code.
Ma'am, it is showing that we can't access this server, this service.
Which service, Kushal, are you using laptop or mobile phone?
Ma'am, I'm using laptop.
Which one are you using, Google Colab or Ripple? If one is not working, switch on the other platform.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, it is showing, ma'am, start coding.
Okay.
Ma'am, which username we have to use, ma'am, from which we are joining the class?
You can use anything, Kushal. So once you guys will be done with the code, and if you run the code and it won't run, just let me know, okay?
Mom, can I share the screen?
Yes, please share screen.
Mom, this is coming.
Click on File, top left, and click on New Notebook. Click on Sign In and use your Google account in order to
Okay,
sign in.
Mom. Okay.
Akriti, you want to ask something?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm using a phone. It has been open, but there are certain options like translate and text. Ma'am, I have clicked some like nothing is to that I can text.
You're using Google Colab and it's opening.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please share a screen once?
Okay, just a moment. Ma'am, I have.
We can't see it yet.
Ma'am, can you now?
No. Can anyone see Akriti's screen? Can anyone come to Zoom and let me know?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Akriti, you need to maybe select the screen while sharing. Okay, meanwhile, let me share. Akriti, let me know once you'll be able to share, okay?
Ma'am, can I please resend the link in the chat?
Okay. Of Google Colab? See, I've sent 2 links. You can just use any one of them. Even if when you run the code and you face any issue, do let me know.
Ma'am, I want to ask something.
Yes, Tushar, tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm just sharing my screen. Ma'am, can you please tell ma'am what I have to do now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I've shared the screen. Ma'am, can you see it?
Yeah. Click on create REPL.
Yes, ma'am.
Click on it. Click on looks good down.
Yes, ma'am.
Just select anything, not at all or beginner, anything. Come down, scroll down as student. Yeah. Okay, close it. Click on OK, close it. Click on create on your top left.
Yes, ma'am.
Select Python. You want to code in Python. And click on create REPL again down there. Okay, so here on the left hand side, once it will be loaded, you can write the code and you'll see the output on the right hand side. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just close it. Close it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, when I entered all the code and tried to start it, it showed file IPython.
मम्मी ये देखो
Yes, ma'am. Let me share.
It's okay. Kushal, Arush is sharing. You see the code.
Ma'am,
Okay.
this is the photo.
Perfect. So see, Arush, the moment you press enter after print gets lower, right? You are still inside your if condition if num is less than input. Okay. So you want to come outside it. So what will we do? We'll just come to elif line. Come to that line. Come in front of elif. The first one. The first one. I mean, in the starting of elif, before elif. And give a backspace. Now they are aligned, right? If is right, elif is right below if. For print, you can just leave it as it is. Do the same thing for else. Once more. Now all three of them are aligned. Now you run the code, it will work. What else is the issue? Still invalid syntax?
Ma'am, there's no number, ma'am. Elif, ma'am, there's just the symbol, ma'am. There's no num
Yes, please
symbol.
write num,
user input.
Arush, in front of elif. Give a space and write num greater than user input.
Okay, ma'am.
Write num.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, here.
Yes, give a space and write num. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Ma'am, can you share your screen?
Yes.
Ma'am, I want to share a screen. I am facing some problem.
Please share a screen.
Ma'am, I am not able to understand where we have to, what we have to do now.
Yeah, you just click on the right hand side of this play button type of thing so that you can get the cursor. Come down, come down, come down. You can see the play button, right? Come in the middle of the screen. Who is sharing? Aryan. Come in the middle of the screen where you can see the play button. Yeah, now you come just a little bit of it just on the right hand side. Come on the right hand side of this play button, Arush. Sorry, Aryan. Don't go anywhere, just over here, the rectangle that you are getting. Click. Yes, wait. Please give me the request access. I'll tell you. See here, you want to click on this small rectangle where you can just simply write. Okay, move your cursor over here, come over here, so that you can also write.
Ma'am?
Yes, Arush, once again. Aryan, did you get it where you have to write the code?
Yes, ma'am, we have to write code here.
Okay, cool. Please continue. Yes, Arush.
Ma'am, I have made a whole, I have written all the code and it worked, ma'am. So, how do I save it and?
See, for saving, it's auto save. You don't have to do anything. Now, once, whenever you want to share, you can just click on the share button on your top right. And then when you get link, you can just click on change so that it should be anyone with the link should view. Else there will be permission issues. Okay, Devika, you want to ask something?
Yes, ma'am, I've written the whole code, but I don't think it's working.
Okay, please share a screen. The spelling is incorrect. It's RANDINT.
Ma'am, so like if I close whole my Google Chrome and once I open it again, ma'am, how will I be able to?
Again, go to Google Colab, click on File, and click on Open Notebook.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
then you can just open, it's coming untitled something, right? Just open it.
Ma'am, it will open the one I saved last time only.
Then, yes,
Okay,
that,
ma'am.
Can you please, ma'am, share your
yes, please.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have also written the code, but it isn't working.
What is the error name? So here, somewhere when you run the code, you'll get an error down. What error is it
Yes,
saying?
ma'am. It is saying syntax error, invalid syntax.
Which line? See, there will be one line that is underlined, right? Red color. Which line is it?
Ma'am, it is the fifth line, ma'am. Elif, num, and then user input.
Please share the screen. Let me see. Maybe indentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, uh, the same thing I told to Arush, right? That the moment you are starting a new condition, you need to come outside the previous condition. So move your cursor right before Elif. Click right before Elif. Don't do any right click or just give a left click. Just we want the cursor right before E of Elif. And now you give a backspace. Don't delete E, just give backspace. We just want, yeah. Come before E and give backspace now. Press your backspace key, Ritika.
Ma'am, it isn't working.
The backspace key is not working?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you can click right before if, right below if, and
She
then
can-
right Elif.
Ma'am, she can select and click delete.
Yes, Shaurya, sorry. What were you saying?
Ma'am, Gatik, ma'am, she
Sorry.
can select and click delete.
Yes, you can, instead of backspace, you can just use your delete key as well. Maybe that will also work.
I have to delete E, ma'am. No?
No, you don't have to delete E. You'd have to delete the space before E. So move your cursor before E.
Like
Now give a space now. We want to come right before Elif, right below if. Once more. This is fine. Now do the same thing for else. See, in Python, this spacing is really important. Else you'll get the error. Okay, please run the code now. Press enter. Yay. So see, for Ritika, she made a guess after 3 guesses. Maybe someone would have made the guess after 5 guesses or 6 or maybe 2 or 1. We don't know. So that's the use of while loop, right? Whenever your number of steps are indefinite.
While loop will, ma'am, ये आपका अपने आप होते रहेगा मैम.
अपने आप होता रहेगा. That is correct.
मैम जब तक कंडीशन ट्रू है मैम उसकी जब तक चलता रहेगा वो.
Yes.
Ma'am, now my file is automatically saved.
Yes, it gets saved automatically. Now,
मैम
Hmm.
while game के बाद ये जो यूजर इनपुट है मैम इसमें कितने स्पेस डालने हैं इसके आगे?
It just comes automatically. So after this colon thing, when you're pressing enter, you'll get the space automatically. But it's not like you have to give 1 spaces or 2 spaces or anything. Even if you're giving 1 space, that is also fine. That is also enough.
Ma'am, if we give no space?
No, without space, it won't understand, right? That these are the lines that should be running again and again. So at least there should be 1 space. That's the importance of indentation.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in my code also there's error coming.
Please share your screen, Nishita. Ishita, please share your screen. Ishita, are you sharing?
Code.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll just share the code. Atharv, you wanted to ask something?
Ma'am, my coding is done. So can I share it?
Is it working?
Yes.
Click on share and click on change to anyone with the link so that when you'll get the feedback form, then you can just paste the link over there.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm
Yeah.
not able to screen share.
Share it now. Ishita, are you facing any issues in sharing the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it saying?
Ma'am, when I'm clicking on the screen option, it is saying that Zoom will have access to all the information that is visible on your screen and so on. When I click on start now, it isn't working.
Start. You just need to click on share and select the screen and click on share, right? Again.
Ma'am, I'm trying, but it's not happening.
Okay, you do one thing, copy paste the code on chat so that I can help you out.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So you are not telling somewhere that value of game is equal to 1. See, Ishita, line number 3 on my screen. This is missing in your code.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Please write it and then let me know if it's still not working.
Ma'am, I've done it on phone and wanted to share on my laptop so that I can screen share. So, ma'am, can you tell how will I do that?
You want to share a screen or you want to share the code?
Ma'am, I want to make the link so that I can share it.
So on your top right, you can just click on share, and then it will come anyone on the internet, right? So you can, I mean, I think you would have got changed district access or something. Just click on that so that it can turn like this. Anyone with the link can view, and then you can copy. Students, are we done with the code? Yusra, Santosh, Aditya,
Yes.
Anushri, Ripika,
Yes, ma'am.
Navya, Rachna, and who else is there? Mishti, Athar, are we done with the code?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll just keep my screen share on for like another 3 minutes and then we can wrap up. 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Ma'am, now my code is working.
Okay. See, students, you know what happens in Python? You just see what error it is giving. It's either like syntax error or it's like indentation error, or maybe like for who was sharing? I think Ritika was sharing or someone, Ishita was sharing, right? That there was no variable. So maybe it was giving some name error, something not defined. Game you're using is not defined. So the point is every time we need to look at the error. Yes.
Ma'am, mine is showing file IPython -input -1 -31 dbb. Ma'am, line 6.
What is in your line 6 input in this line?
Ma'am, if num.
Okay. So maybe you can just paste the code on chat so that I can help you out.
Okay, ma'am.
So students who are done with the code, see the feedback form is there on the chat. Please fill the feedback form.
Ma'am, sharing. Ma'am, I have sent it.
I don't think so. There's a space, this space you have before print, right? Karthik?
What, ma'am?
See, we want this space. I mean, this print statement should not be right below if. There should be one space. This space is missing.
Ma'am, मुझे if को ma'am एक और space डालना चाहिए.
Yes. For print, you want to give one more space.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Before every.
Ma'am, let me try now.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's showing the same error.
Do the same thing for all the conditions. Like for elif also, you want to give the space before print of else and game equal to no.
Print.
Pratik, see my screen. See my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
See, before if I have space, then inside elif also I have space, and then inside else before print and game I have space.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Who else was asking the question?
Ma'am, I cannot share it, and it is also not saved in my laptop yet.
A screen share.
It's automatically saved. No, you can just copy the link part. It will be shared. Yes, please share a screen. Who wanted to share the screen?
Ma'am, mine's not working.
Please share a screen, Mishti. Mishti, please share a screen.
Yes, I'm sharing.
Okay. There's no module random to import. Is this the error? Can you please come down?
Yes, ma'am.
So your spelling of randint is incorrect. It should be RANDINT. At second line, num equal to random.randint.
Yes, ma'am.
It should be RAND. You wrote RAD.
Okay.
Now you run the code again. Game is not defined. So press enter after line number 2. Come at the end of the line and press enter. And write game equal to 1. We need to first define a variable game. Then only we can check the condition. So write game. Keep it small g because everywhere you have mentioned small g only. Game equal to 1. All right. Okay, I'm just asking for one last time. Is there anyone else who's facing the issue in order to run the code or something? See, whoever are done, please fill your feedback form. In case of any query, see the chat, the Zoom chat. We have one email ID where you can just post your query as well, because we need to wrap up in another 2 minutes. So any student facing any issue in order to run the code or something, do let me know.
Ma'am, it worked.
Okay.
Ma'am, it took 8 times.
8 times, okay. See, that's what. We don't know how many. Yes, Mishti, sorry?
I won in 3 times.
Okay. So we don't know, right, that how many times the loop will work. That's the beauty of while loop. Just write the code, give the condition, and it will run unless the condition is true. Okay, one last minute, students. Anyone who is facing any issue? No, not really. Any questions? Do anyone have any questions regarding the project that we made today? Like, why are we doing this? What is happening? Something like that.
Ma'am, how to send it?
On your top right, you can click on share and click on change to anyone with the link and just copy it.
Ma'am, can you share your screen and tell?
See, on the top right, I have this share option. And then I'll just click over here.
Okay, ma'am, but I'm in the phone.
Just copy the link bar. That would be fine.
Ma'am, copy the link.
Yeah, from the link bar, you can just copy. Okay, students.
All right.
Is anyone having any issue? We need to end the session now.
Okay, I assume, Samreen, everyone is through the same understanding. We all are on same page. I hope, children, you enjoyed today's session. It was really nice to have such disciplined students today. It was really nice to have you. So curiosity was so much that, we really enjoyed that you guys are so much, into this. However, I just request that everyone please go through the chat box and try to follow and subscribe on our YouTube link and Instagram page. Also, the feedback form link has been shared. We expect that to be filled up as well so that we can share the certificate of appreciation for today. Those who all have taken part, those who all have participated today will be getting that certificate on your email ID directly. Any other queries, if you have, you can just share it on the email ID given again in the chat box. And otherwise, it was nice to have you all. Thank you and have a great day further.
Thank you very much, Madam Samreen.
Thank you, ma'am.
So talented. You're so talented. You're so talented and very well spoken. I think the children, even the other classes, you don't find them so, attentive. They were all participating. I was watching. some children, like Aryan and all, so enthusiastic. Wow, great. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Thanks to you too, ma'am, and thanks to GVS team. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, students. Nice talking to you all. Bye. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.